Hey guys, what's going on? This week on JSpeak, we answer some questions. First question, is the Dr. Z brake light good for bedroom and apartment attenuation? Yes, I think it is. It also depends on the amp you're using. If you're using a 100 watt amp through a 412, maybe not good for apartments. If you're using like a 30 watt combo, probably. Like it really depends on what amp you're using. I found that attenuator very good for what I used it for the few amps I tried it with. It worked really well for what it was. So I think you can get away with apartment attenuation. Just know your expectations going in based on the amp you're using. I'm assuming if you're in an apartment, you're not using a 100 watt and a 412, but we've all been there at one time or another, haven't we? Question 2. Why use a pick when you play bass? Well, I'm a guitar player, so yeah, I like to use a pick. I guess funny enough, some of my favorite bass players are punk rock type, heavy, aggressive bass. I also really like in the pocket, Queen stuff, even like some stuff that Nate and the Foo Fighters have done, or Jimmy Eat World's presentation of bass, or even Kings of Leon. Like, I love that tone, and some of those guys probably do play with their fingers. You know, I just want to make sure that the bass is represented in a track, so I tend to use a pick. And any of the comparisons I've ever done with the bass, I generally use a pick. I might use my fingers sometimes, but I'm just more comfortable with a pick. So that's just me. All the bass players I've ever played with in bands use their fingers. So I'm a hack when it comes to bass, so I wouldn't... I typically don't play with my fingers. Question 3. The Fender American Professional Telecaster Deluxe Mahogany series, so Mahogany body versus the Alder body with a rosewood neck, which one is better in my opinion? I will tell you that I really liked the Mahogany limited edition Telecaster. I liked the way it felt. At the time I played a lot more Gibsons, so it felt heavier, more normal to me versus an Alder body Telecaster. But over time, I've gotten really into Friedman's, and I'll cover this in, I guess, the next episode and talk about Telecasters, but I've really grown accustomed to Alder at the end of the day. But I really like the way that Mahogany one felt. So if you're more of a Gibson player and you want to dip your toe into Telecasters or Fender specifically, that's a really cool guitar. It felt really nice. I felt tonally it was similar. I ended up getting rid of that one, and I just kept the one that I've had for years, which is the Sonic Gray one I have, which is just a standard stock American Professional Telecaster Deluxe. Okay, so this is like question like 4 through 6, but it's all Friedman-based stuff. So I get a question about Friedman 212s. Do I like them? The Friedman 212 I do have is stock V30s. I do have 2 more Friedman cabs. Friedman Dirty Shirley cab in the back. It is a 112. It's an open back. It has a creamback 65M speaker in it. I also have the Friedman closed back Runt 112. They're all good cabs, all very well made. No issues there. Haven't had any Tolex issues. Speakers sound good. Cabinets sound good. They're all kind of different flavors. I should probably do a video where I compare each of those cabinets. As far as comparing like the Friedman cab against the Orange or Marshall, it's different results with each amp. I think the Friedman sound better, that cabinet, the 212, than say the Orange, but they also sound killer with the Bogner 212 and Mesa 212s. I really like Mesa 212, so I don't know, maybe I'll do a big massive shootout of a bunch of 212s. So if you want to see that, let me know. I use that 112 honestly for practice. It's great for that because it's small, it's portable, it sounds good. I'm not blowing anyone out. I don't all of a sudden turn on my guitar and everyone's deaf. Now, I do play it lower volume too, and I have been using my Friedman Runt 20 and the Double J for rehearsals, so I've also run both of those heads direct and had no issue. But that 112 I think keeps up. I think the 112 with the Dirty Shirley is just amazing. And then the 212, I do like the cab. I don't think it puts out as much low end as some of the others I mentioned. It's all preference, and it's kind of like what the sound you're going for that day. If I have the option to plug into 4 different cabs with my small box or something, I might discover something that I really like for certain sections of songs if I'm recording, or you know what, that's the sound dialed in with the EQ that's really good, but they're extremely well made. I would recommend any of the Friedman cabs to anybody. I would love to get a 412. And they have that one with 212s and 215s. That sounds like a beast, but that thing weighs like over 100 pounds. I can't imagine trying to maneuver that myself. That just doesn't sound fun. So the next question about Friedman, out of the BE style amps have I played, which one stands out? It depends. I really like the BE50. I haven't played the BE100 Deluxe, but I hear that's kind of like the end all be all for the BE series, because it has basically every little nook and cranny filled with every switch and tonal possibility that Friedman has ever put into an amp is in that amp that the BE50 maybe doesn't have. There's like a couple options between those two. And then you got your standard BE, you got the Pink Taco. I guess you could put the SS100 or the double J's into those. They're modified BEs from what I know. The Pink Taco is nice if you want a small, compact, one-channel, set and forget type amp if you're gigging. Whether you use pedals for like that extra kick, or you always play dirty, or you ride a volume knob, Friedman amps are great for volume knob riding. A great little amp. I don't think I understood it for a while, or I just thought it was something else. But I really like the BE50. I think that's a great amp. If you want a 3-channel, more options, I would definitely get one of the Deluxes. And honestly, the way the master volumes work on Friedman's, you could just get the BE100 Deluxe and dial it the way you want it, and you can use it at very low volume, just what I know about the other Friedman's, and it still sounds amazing. Because that's the way every other Friedman I have is. It sounds great at low volume. My vote would be for that, but I'm really happy with my BE50 Deluxe. I haven't decided to get a BE100 Deluxe, and the Pink Taco is a really good amp. So the last question about Friedman was about the guitars and the logo. Is it like a silk screen? Is it like a sticker on the headstock? So let's look at some examples. So this is the Tele Deluxe. The logo, it's like its own piece. It's its own piece of plastic, and it might be silk screen on the back or the front. I really can't tell. I think it might be on the back, and it's like cut out of the black. It's definitely a lot nicer than, say, your Fender, that you can tell it's a sticker. This is more in the realm of like some of the Gibson stuff I've seen. Looking at the HSS Strat, you've got, it's the same deal. So for a custom shop guitar, extremely well made. Logos are good. So if you like, the headstock's a little different. It's got this curve out that some of like the Fanos or the Sirs have. I really dig it. And truly, this could be painted and silkscreened onto the wood or the back of this plastic. Yeah, looks good. Those are all the questions we have time for this week. It's a little longer episode, but I've done a couple weeks of like computer stuff, so thought I would, answer some more questions. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I hope everyone is staying safe out there and you're all healthy. And as always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Many more videos to come. Don't miss one sub.